Yes.
Right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the v1566863942 battle. So today we have two matches and then a best of three for the winners final. So we're down to our last six competitors, and all of them are going to be playing today. So our first match is going to be Rocky vs Marlon, then Vapo vs Felix, and then last match for the day is best of three between Tio and Zap. So it should be some pretty exciting matches coming up here. I'm here with Marky.
Hello. Yeah, so... Yeah, it's the last weekend. It's gonna be very exciting. And let's see what the players have, how hard the players have worked over the last few weeks to come this far in the tournament.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see Marlon playing, especially because he has been absolutely dominating this category recently. I think came into the tournament with like a high 34 or something as PB, and it's since gone down to 33 flat. It's a really good time, so I'll be excited to see how that pans out. I think we should be getting on with our first match shortly. Alright, yeah, we just have to wait for the players to get ready. So, in terms of PBs, like I said, Marlon has a 33 flat. Rocky has a 34-41, so we've got a pretty big difference in PB, but as has been said many times in this tournament, anything can happen really in Benny%. It's a really hard category, you can take very long deaths. We have to wait and see what happens. Right, and players are off. So, for those of you who haven't seen any of these before, I'll quickly explain how Benny% works. So, for those of you who've seen any percent runs, you might know that it's fastest for chapters 5 and 6 to, instead of finishing the A side, get the cassette and complete the B side, which actually ends up unlocking the next A side. And that's an exploit that we use for every chapter in this category. So instead of playing through 1A, 2A, 3A, so on, we play 1A up to the cassette, then quit out and play 1B. And that lets us unlock 2A and do the same thing over and over again. So worth noting at this point that if this is a recorded match, so if you see the players typing in chats, they're not doing that telekinetically while playing.
Yep, both players. Oh. No, we see the first death on Rocky's side.
Yeah.
And they did get the first through Pornog, but yeah, I was about to comment about them being evenly matched up in City still, but nope. Rocky taking a retry there. Making up to the first cassette and yeah, to the first B side as well.
Yeah, so you can see there's only a couple of seconds difference between them now. Nothing really matters too much in City. Looks like 4 seconds difference on that quit out. It's entering the first B side here. These are obviously a lot harder than the A sides, and most of the rooms are longer than the A side rooms, which means that it's both easier to take deaths, and when you die, you often lose more time. So, yeah, it can be very difficult to keep up a clean run of this category with 7 B-sides, especially some of the later ones being really difficult. I see both players going for some skips there. Rocky just did a corner boost in the previous room, and both players going over those spikes to only have to activate the tractor block once in the last room of Scrap Pit. No. What's it called? Contraption. That's the name of the checkpoint.
Yeah, both players going for very similar strats here on the first B-side.
Yeah, neither player going for anything super risky, but quite a few fairly difficult skips. A lot of people will say that B-side is sort of more strat-based compared to A-sides, which tend to be a lot of movement. And that is because when there's so much danger, it's actually quite difficult to optimize your movement. And a lot of the time, if you try to, frame read really hard, you just die. But that also means you just have less room to work with, so... A lot of it is just, don't die, get a clean run, and it should work. See if Marlon goes for ZYW cycle here. Yep. Oh, missed this. That was very close to time though. Oh, and Rocky takes the lead in the cassette room. And only a couple of seconds in it, but... Let's see what happens entering 2B. We're seeing Mon pulling ahead very slightly, just from having slightly cleaner movement in these rooms. They start, well, after the death at the start of 2B, they were very closely matched to each other. Not necessarily in terms of the time, but in terms of where they are on the stream. But that's also an unfortunate death of Rocky, so Mon's got a bit of a lead here. But again, it's still early, and it can happen.
Yep. Rocky going for the right damage, seeing that he didn't get in the intended strat, like his intended strat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very valuable skill to have, being able to back things up when they go wrong. And a lot of the time, knowing what that backup is very important. Oh, that's a long death from Marlon. You hate to see it. We've already had about 5 leave changes, and we're only in 2B. Oh!
Speaking of...
And they're tied.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
oh no. Wow.
Yeah, this
Rocky,
is
please.
disaster.
There he goes.
There's a 15-second lead off of the one room that went wrong, terribly wrong for Rocky. And
yeah.
now we enter the worst, or like the hardest side of the game, which is 3A.
Yep. Yes, it. Unlike 2A, which we just saw, the players are actually going to have to play most of 3A in order to get the success, because it's at the pretty much at the end of the third checkpoint, which is, what, like almost 3 minutes in?
Yeah,
maybe slightly more actually.
It depends on depends on the. Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah,
three
yeah.
minutes roughly is a good.
Yeah,
estimate.
it's about that.
I mean, if I take 3 minutes to get to the cassette, I'd be super happy. But you know.
Yes, I think both these players have most of their experience. Well, maybe not most, but quite a lot of experience running any percent. Marlon obviously has 26. I think. What's Rocky's any percent? He also have a 26.
Should know this.
I'm just checking.
But
Yeah, 26.58.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
26.
But it has both 26 any percent runners, so I think we would expect to see that they have pretty good movement in a lot of these longer sections that are just the same as any percent, like this large chunk of 3A, and when we get there later, 5 and 6B. That was an interesting death from Marlon. Yeah, I think that means that where Rocky can make the most ground up for Marlon is in the bits that aren't at any percent. Because I mean, you might get bits of movement here and there, but generally both of them are just going to be very solid for the any percent portions.
And like these pieces are gonna be so important, and I just can't wait to see like what happens in like the harder B-sides. Beginning with like
3A.
Yeah, like 3, 4, and then 7, because like 5B, 6B, both players have lots of experience in there, so I wouldn't expect much of a lead change in those chapters. But like
yeah, although even with a lot of experience, 6B can be very brutal.
Oh yeah, you can always have fun times in 5B and 6B, but those we expect them to have less of a likelihood of making major mistakes in those chapters than 3B, 4B, 7B.
Yeah. Yes, Marlon entering 3B here. I think this looks to be about 20 seconds difference. Yeah. Just under 20 seconds. So, Marlon made up a few more seconds in terms of the lead in 3A. A lot can happen in 3B. It's a relatively short chapter, about 2 minutes long, but a lot of these rooms are very hard, and you get very close to the dust bunnies a lot, and it's just generally a difficult chapter.
Yeah, Marlon's still holding on to that lead pretty much that he got from Rocky's 2B mistake in the second last room. Nothing much has really changed in the 3A portion.
Yeah, that seems to be almost the only thing deciding this match at the moment. I think both players having fairly clean runs for 3B. We'll see what Marlon goes for on the cassette room here, because there's couple of different variations you can do on the demo. Seeing the buffers dash one.
I was seeing the
Always
post
looks
of the like lower demo, and we've seen runs fall apart in this room as well. So yeah,
I think that was almost okay, that wasn't ILPB. I was gonna say I wasn't sure exactly what Shaman's PB was, but I know it was somewhere in the low 2 OXs. Possibly
having some
might be too bad.
difficulties with this room. Oh, and
Oh,
there's
yeah,
another
that hurts.
Yeah, that's gonna increase the lead for Marlon quite significantly. Like 3-4 deaths, one of them very long. Goes for the boss buffet lower demo, and gets the first try. At least that, you know.
Yeah, that's good to see at least. Both players conveniently coordinating and show off both of the demo strats in that room. And a slightly rough death from Mullen in the cassette room there. Playing it fairly safely on the death strats. Yeah, so coming into 4B here, something that's almost a lot is there's some quite long auto-scroller rooms, and those are really bad to die to. Because, unlike a lot of rooms where it's 5 seconds long if you're doing speed strats, you can't really make them any faster. So if you die at the end of one, you just can lose about 20 seconds. And now I said that, I'm sure we'll see about 20 deaths, but we'll see. Maybe these players will manage to avoid the comms curse.
Yeah, Marlon already passed a lot of them. So hopefully we don't see. Hopefully we don't see Rocky dying to them now, because that could be just very sad to see. Surely. Oh. Yep. Celeste community, you know what to do now.
Always on brand.
Come on, man. Pain.
Both players in vertical auto scrollers at the same time, you'll have to say it. But not the same vertical auto scroller, but we'll move past that point. I believe Marlon has now made it past all the auto scrollers.
And probably dies. Huge.
Yeah. You couldn't curse him about the auto scrollers, so curse that instead, I guess.
Yeah, cursing. I don't know how much Rocky is gonna benefit from like a 2-second retry.
Yeah, that was a pretty small death.
Yeah.
The grand scheme of things.
Well, Rocky is like one of the longer ones.
Yeah, it was a nice gift at the end there.
Very good. Oh. There we go. Yeah, so 3B, 4B, not looking good. Not looking that great for Rocky in terms of catching up to Marlon.
Yeah, but Marlon having a pretty damn clean 4B there, under 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's very difficult to like match that in any given race.
Yeah, and we took a one death. Was there another one that I missed and or forgot about? I don't know.
I think
At least one
Mullen
death.
took
But
two,
yeah,
like 2-3 small ones.
yeah, Rock showing off another skip there. Instead of getting all the coins, you can just abuse the wind to make the jump over to the other wall.
Yeah, Mullen now quite comfortably in the lead, and now we go over to the 80% portion of 5A, 5B, 6A, 6B,
Yeah,
which both players are like, yeah, very much acquainted with.
yeah, I would imagine we don't see much of a lead change here, but you never know. 6B can be 6B.
I think we really need to cast Mullen now so that we kind of get this race to be closer again.
Yeah, okay.
And
how are we going to make comms curse Marlon? Oh yeah, Bob's drop.
Bob's drop?
Okay.
Ayo.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so Marlon is coming up in Bob's drop in a moment. Abusing the respawn mechanics, saving, I think, about like 20 seconds. Oh, goes for unpaused.
Yep, he
Pretty
does.
spicy that hits there.
Yeah, just...
That's a 2-frame window if you don't pause buffer it. That's. I mean, it's worse for the race being close, but it's good to see Marlon hits that.
Man drop. Yes. Oh, and we get the Rocky rebind moment. Yeah, baby, let's go. We get
nice.
We get the Rocky rebinds. Rocky's rebinding. Forget about Scott's sensibility and Revo's nonsense. Rocky's rebinding. Huge. And we get a save and crit. We get the save and crit from Marlem at the. Oh,
wow.
Baby, this is just incredible. Great. Oh. Rocky almost.
Rocky always mismenus that.
Yeah, Marlon already into the mirror while Rocky is making his way through start checkpoint.
Yeah, and worth noting there's still about a 20-second difference on the file timer.
Yep. So that is about 1 5B start for, anyone wondering. So...
Yeah. So...
Oh, yeah, Marlon having a 5B moment in the room.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
this is what Rocky dearly needs right now, and as I said,
just for a quick explanation of why Rocky went into the rebinding menu. So Rocky is playing on controller, and there's a way of pause buffering Bob's drop on controller, where you bind all 4 directions of your analog stick to both pause and jump, and then you just spin the analog stick around. And it's very funny, and it just sort of works because you're buffering both a pause and a jump because you're pressing it so often.
Yeah, we just had a little gauntlet room moment on Marlon's side, and just not getting the CK manipulation as he wanted it to be, but didn't end up dying for it. So it's okay. It's not great, but you didn't die, so better than what.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't. Anyway.
Yeah, a lot of stuff can go wrong in Gauntlet, but if you don't die, it's all good. Okay. Not the cleanest 5B from Marlon, but finished that with 231. Rocky looks like he will be able to make a little bit of time up on that Chaos Clean Mix Master here.
Yeah, Rocky having a very good
Oh.
mixed master, not dying in Gauntlet room
Yeah.
and Sushi room, just like, yeah, this is great for Raki, just making up 15 seconds.
Yeah, 250 is
5B.
pretty solid.
Yep. Well, I guess I eat my words then. 5B, supposedly more like Marlin favored. Yeah, like you historically you
Yeah.
think Raki Marlin would perform better on it, but yeah, defying expectations in a weird way.
Shout outs to the double star jump. Oh, okay. Mullen misses the cassette strat here. Backstop fairly nicely though. Yeah, so entering 6B, this is arguably the hardest B-side, actually, that we're going to see in this run. I think you can put in good arguments for this and 7B. And to be honest, I think if it weren't so short, you could even put an argument for 3B. But
No,
yeah.
I wouldn't think it's like close. I don't think I would put 3B into that conversation. I just don't think that 3B has the strat density.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But I guess some of like the tighter cycles that you can go for are really hard, but you can do some more comfortable things as well. Yeah, Mullen making it out of 6B start with minimal issues is always good to see, because starts can be very mean.
Yeah, Rocky having a few retries.
Yeah.
Having a few deaths on that screen. Not one you want to see start, especially notorious for just losing time.
Oh yeah. That's that wall bounce I think is like a 2-frame window to release your jump. So risky strat doesn't quite pay off there. Yes, we're going to be seeing Marlin currently in the falling section, Rocky entering it now. We're going to be seeing quite a lot of fast falling, which makes these rooms significantly harder than they are casually, but ends up saving a huge amount of time over all of them. And also, Marlin with that demo in the last room, another 2-frame window like everything else in this game. Saves quite a lot of time though, so I imagine we will see Rocky go for it as well, possibly with a pause buffer.
217 rock bottom entry for Marlin.
Nice. Took a couple of deaths there, but not too bad face.
Yeah, Marlin with a rough beginning to rock bottom.
Yeah.
Rocky also taking a few deaths to falling section now, so
yeah, you see,
it balances out.
Yeah, seeing Marlin go for a lot of these risky strats here, the up dash we just saw there, featherless in the last room. This is where a lot of this 80% practice is what we're seeing here right now. Oh, that's a really bad death for Marlin. That's a long one, and that really hurts, because that's literally the last thing you can die to in this run.
And Rocky entered rock bottom about 240, but as we saw, Marlon had quite a few, dozen rock bottom himself. So let's see how that ends up panning out for either of these players.
Yeah, I think Rocky still has potential to make up this ground in this chapter. There was that really nasty death in the coin room with rock bottom for Marlon, which will be quite a lot of time there. Rocky hitting onto Kevin. Nice. And can I just shout outs to the Celeste devs naming the last checkpoint 6B reprieve when the only room that doesn't have battle in it, other than the cassette room, is the first room of the checkpoint. It's not a really long reprieve or anything.
Marlon dying on the harp room.
Oh, oh no.
It's gonna be a lot of catching up that Rocky can do here.
Yeah, this is...
Oh yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, this is almost
duality of
comms later.
Duality of comms. Oh no, oh yeah. oh.
Okay.
Getting it, and that opens up the race quite significantly. Rocky gets the last room first try, and we have
6 seconds
a very close race going into 7A. Well, today is a day of opposites. We didn't expect much of a lead change, and the lead technically hasn't changed, but Rocky closing in quite significantly here in 5B, 6B, to Marling having, just a lot of deaths in these two chapters.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see what happens in the summit here. Oh, Marlon has, I think, a 6:15 7B. I don't know if Rocky has time on the leaderboard, so I don't know what his PB is. I had a quick look before, I didn't see one, but... Rocky in chat saying 6:42 PB, so... In theory, Marlon has a good chance to win here, but again, 7B, hard chapter. Lots of room for things to go wrong.
Marling missing the coin, but backing up.
Yeah. Mom now only has 1 or 2 seconds of lead here. It's incredibly close there. Oh. And Rocky takes the lead. That's not something I expected to see happen over the course of 5A through 7A.
Yeah, me neither. Good.
There you go.
I was so sure that, Marlon would end up taking the lead that he's accrued over the course of the early B-sides and just take it with him into 7B, but that, as we see, didn't end up happening. And just gotta give it to Rocky, early on, having that really terrible second to last room of 2B, and then just fighting back over the rest of the run.
Yeah, that's a really good display of having a strong mental and just not letting yourself get too down from mistakes.
You're going for the fast cycle on.
Hits that nicely.
Cassette room, and hits it.
It's a bounce cassette room pass.
Yeah, Marlon going for the same. Also gets it.
Yeah,
Come up to the last B side of the run.
Yeah, 9 seconds difference going in. That was Rocky in the lead.
And I want to remember everyone that this is losers bracket, so this
yeah.
is out of the tournament.
High stakes.
And yeah, especially for like Marlon, you know, like when we saw him like fall to losers bracket, and then he makes the run through it, just like improving like a lot in a very short amount of time. You know, many expect, like probably a lot of people expected this to be more one-sided, but we are not seeing this right now. So
yeah, especially considering the difference in PB, this is a really good showing from Rocky here. That's an unfortunate death.
This direct in this very long 500 meters room, and yeah, the lead has just disappeared.
Yeah,
just like that.
And it's back.
And it's back. Oh, it's a rewind time. All right. Players making it up with up to 1K without any further mishaps happening. Oh boy.
Now let's see what strat Rocky goes for in room 3 of 1K here. Oh, it's
the misdirect.
Yeah, goes for the fast ending there. Yeah, seeing it from both players. That's one of my favourite strats in this checkpoint, just because it looks so fun. You jumping off the bottom of the dream block and then going back up.
Oh, yeah. 1.5k first room death is very painful. You just like get the death cycle and you just to make your way through it. And Mana does actually back it up on death cycle very nicely. Meanwhile, Raki got a first straight. Oh, both players simultaneously taking a death in different rooms.
Yeah, one thing that's really important, not just in 1.5k, but also in the resort chapters, is having death cycles for rooms. Because the dust bunnies are in slightly different places when you die compared to when you enter the room for the first time. So if you're not ready to have a cycle when you die, you can get caught off guard and have a really bad time. But
for many of these,
showing that they know what's going on.
Yeah, for many of these rooms, you fortunately can re-enter. There's 2 exceptions to that, like the first room and then the room that has like the respawn point in the middle of the room. Those are like the 2 ones that you can't re-enter, so you just kind of have to learn just how to cope with that.
Yeah, but also in the resort chapters, you can't re-enter any of the rooms with Oshiro in, which does complicate things a little bit, so you have to have death cycles to all of those rooms. Oh, that's a really bad death from Raki.
Yeah,
the players are actually basically exactly tied, because there's a tiny difference. Not anymore. Raki, please. Okay, makes it out.
Oh, and he misses the dash refill on the very. Oh, this is
so sad.
Yeah, this is just pain. Oh man, this is so close. This was so close. Oh, and it's just falling apart. Yeah, you can't really get. Oh man, this is just so sad.
Yeah, and I don't want to call this over, but that is
a
fairly sizable lead now.
Yeah, it's
this close to the end.
Huge now. Yeah, this close to the end, like 20 seconds, 25-second lead.
Yeah. Bonds
And
kick
in
out
the
something
hands,
like 13 demo.
in the hands of Marlon especially. I mean, we always sometimes we see funny moments with Marlon happening. So at this run on a few occasions, and it can still happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see.
I mean, you never know. Marlon could die like 5 times in the hot room.
Oh,
I'm not saying that's going to happen or anything. I'm just saying it could happen.
It could happen. Oh,
Yeah, Marlon less than a minute from the end now, looking like mid 34 pace. Yeah, although we still got pretty bad kind of events from Rocky and just at the very end of the run, it's been pretty incredible watching them play so close to each other for like almost the entire thing. Also seeing a nice pause demo from Marlon there. Hot run, no deaths, 34-44, GG.
yeah, definitely GG's tomorrow. It's just so sad to see.
Yeah.
You finally start to believe that you can take the run, and then it just falls apart like that way in the second room of 2.5k.
That's GG.
I mean, also big W for like Marlon, just like after 5B 6B shenanigans going on, just like getting back into it and just recovering and snatching victory from the jaws of defeat and moving on to the semis, where he's gonna meet the winner of a Vapor versus Tem Felix, which is gonna be the next match that we are going to commentate.
Yeah.
Get something to drink and yeah. Be right back.
Yes, so next match coming up, as Marky just said, got Vapor and Felix. So, a bit of information before we start. Again, there's a decent difference in PBs here. About a minute, with Felix having a 34.50, Vapor 35.43. But Vapor is known to be a very consistent player, or at the very least use pretty consistent and safe strats for the times he gets. So we'll have to see how that pans out. See if he can hold a consistent pace, and this one could absolutely go either way. Alright, I think we'll get going with the match as soon as Mark. Oh, there he is. It is? Or, no, sorry, never mind. Oh, they're saying, okay. We should be going as soon as Marky's back.
Yeah, I'm back. Hello.
Okay, you are back.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I was yes, communicating with someone very important.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
That being the restreamer.
Alright.
Yeah, anyway, here we go.
Yeah, so we should see this match starting in just a moment here. Yeah, and on.
Yeah, this is the one. They're going into prologue. Yeah. Vapor versus Tem Phoenix.
Alright, let's hope for no prologue retries. Oh.
What happened?
I don't know, but there weren't any retries.
Okay, they're good. I
don't think. they look close, so I don't think they were.
and yeah, okay, that went on.
Yeah.
I was quickly looking over the bracket, and instead of that there was a prologue death while I was distracted. Not distracted, but checking on something. And yeah.
Yes, so as I was saying before the match, Vopo tends to be a pretty safe, consistent player. So we'll see how that ends up affecting the strat choices. See if either player ends up pulling ahead from movement, deaths, whatever. Vopo has a small lead getting success, only about 1.5 seconds.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, okay. That's a pretty interesting loss from the start strat from Felix there. We normally see what Vapor just died to. The, I think, more common strats is to do 2 neutrals and then climb jump off those spikes. Felix doing a slightly different one, where he goes up the left side of the room instead. Oh, Vapor takes the lead from a couple of deaths. Oh, that was very sketchy. And lead switched back over. I'm thinking it's probably not worth pointing out every single time the lead switches in these early chapters, since they're so close anyway.
Yeah.
As funny as it would be, I don't think it's very good commentary to spend half your time saying and the lead switched again. Who knows, it could be a new revolutionary style.
Well, in the last run, I just talked kind of about a Marlon losers run, but funny enough, Tem Felix has been in losers longer because he got knocked down to losers bracket by Marlon in the first round. So yeah, just Tem Felix just after that first loss to Marlon, just really on the grind, just taking on the people in his way.
Yeah, we'll see if Felix can also pull off a long streak in the losers.
Yeah, potentially getting the Marlon rematch.
Oh, that would be so high.
That would be
back for blood.
Exciting to see. Let's see if Vapo has any convincing arguments against that. Namely, beating Tem Felix. I think that would be a very convincing argument.
Winning the match.
Oh yeah, right. You convinced me. Go ahead.
I think we should replace real life debates with Celeste matches.
That would be
I
not
think
a
the
good
players
idea.
are basically tied entering 2v here.
That would not be a good idea.
Beautiful.
There's some people that are better at me in Celeste, and I don't want to just lose arguments because they are better than me in the video game. That'd be kind of sad. Anyway, 2B. Oh, baby, 2B.
Alright, so... Oh, yeah, that's rough. I didn't see exactly what happened there. Was that
Just
dashing too early? Or
maybe holding grab, just dashing
Possibly,
too early,
yeah.
dashing too low. I don't know.
yeah, I didn't see exactly what happened, but moves on. That's a decent sized lead for Vapo, but it's in the grand scheme of the match, it's pretty insignificant to be honest.
I mean, we did see Rocky pulling, like making good on a roughly like 1 minute lead. And then
Yeah, Vapo
Balance.
showing off a nice strat in the room Felix is in currently, where you can dash through that corner between the two green blocks.
yeah, so 10 seconds, 15, roughly 10 seconds. It's not like a huge deficit to overcome. Unless Vapo doesn't make any mistakes. Which he is.
I would be very impressed if Vapo does not make a single mistake in this entire run.
Well, is it a reverse commentator's curse or what are we going for here? Yo, Vapo, just die, okay? Like, does that work? Does it work like that? I'm not sure.
Yeah, so hopefully we see a lot of deaths from both players here.
It would be Vapo having a moment.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Hey, he didn't die though.
I mean, waiting on the cycle is
Yeah.
better than dying to it and having to do a death cycle.
Oh, he died. I mean,
So,
we did
alright.
say we want to see a lot of that content.
Okay, so unfortunately it seems that no matter what we say, the players are going to die.
Oh, and yeah, okay, yeah, we are seeing this. This is good for the economy.
Is it?
For the Celeste economy, yes. Because more deaths means more runtime, means, more view engagement.
True.
And that is good.
Yeah, as chat pointing out, 3A is the hardest B-side, so it's understandable that we're seeing lots of deaths here.
Oh, yeah, right. This fair. Forgot. Oh, wait, we're actually in the hardest B-side.
Yeah, Vapo keeping this lead up despite a few deaths from both ends. Looks like there actually hasn't been too much changing in 3A so far. Yes, as I was saying in the last match during 7B, as we're currently in resorts, there's going to be some potential for death cycles to become very, very relevant, especially in some of the rooms that you can't re-enter at the end of 3B, that are going to be coming up fairly shortly.
Most Beanie Percent runners are afraid to implement the first 2 seconds of prologue. I'm just joking. I'm gonna offend anyone. And we get a resync. Small one. Well, we get a resync. Alright.
Shoutouts to the new rethinking layouts. It's not very new at this point, but
It's
new to
useful.
this. It's new to this tournament, so we can call it new.
It's definitely useful, just actually knowing if this is intended or not. You're just sitting there and being like, oh, is this a resync? Is this like an internet issue and some kind of other hitchings going on? And just knowing it.
That was a very nice backup from Felix there. Getting a hyper instead of a super because being crouched from fast falling, so wall kicks off and does a down hyper. Save it. Showing off some nice improvisation there. Or that might not even be improvisation, I don't know.
You know, I'd love running Beanie percent again just for the sole fact that I would not need to do the demo create. Because recently it's been just giving me a lot of trouble. Like I just don't know how to work that one out. It's very mean to me. I don't know.
Yes, I think that's just under 20 seconds difference going to 3B. Nothing too significant yet. And relevant to what we were just saying, Felix takes death in this first inside room and chooses to re-enter it instead of trying to take the death cycle, which is very understandable for that room. Looks like Vapor is pulling ahead a bit here with some of these deaths from Felix. Oh, that's sad from on Felix's screen there. Just falls away from the wall before he can jump.
Yeah, just very slightly too early, just so sad.
Yeah, that's one of those deaths where it's just like doing the strat right and trying to optimize it slightly too much. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea how much of Vapor's strat there was backup and how much of that was just the strats. That doesn't look like the normal thing that I see people do, but that could just be like something that he's labbed out and is fairly comfy. Yeah, and on brand, Vapor being a consistency player doesn't take a demo, and just does them from basically the intended way, but a bit faster. Felix does go for the demo and hits it, making up a tiny bit of time there. So it's looking like about 25 seconds of difference, 30 seconds.
Yeah, about 30 should be good.
Somewhere around there. So, repeat from last game, seeing 4B, lots of potential for auto-scroller deaths, which surely none of those will happen. Yeah, so we're seeing Felix go for pretty fast cycling set room there, which again make up a little bit of time for Vapor over strats, but has been in the past so far a bit behind from taking deaths. Is on brand for the players, Vapor being more consistent, Felix having slightly harder strats. Although it's worth noting that Felix is, I think, generally more consistent than a lot of other runners in terms of what strats he goes for. So. Both players surviving auto scrollers. No comms curse yet. Oh, that's probably my fault. I said the word surviving.
I mean, they did survive. They did survive the auto scrollers. And...
not the other room.
Yeah, not the other room. Unless.
I can't wait for 4B first auto scroller skip to become meta in the year 2028.
The year's 20XX. Everyone does 4B auto. 4B is any percent viable.
4B is any percent viable after the other 7 auto scroller skips were found. There aren't 7 auto scrollers in 4B.
80% races are. Any percent races are decided by who 7 quits 5B.
Right, Felix in the last auto scroller level. Will we see a death? Find out after this ad break.
We don't get one. Ooh, hey. Crazy.
Well, we didn't curse something for once? No way.
You
I
tried.
feel like there's something going on with the Vapor dying immediately after I say something about not cursing.
I mean, you didn't try to curse him. Vapor's just kind of, having a moment. Oh. Picks the lineup on Tam Felix's side. Gets him. Great. Onto the. I don't know these. I'm not gonna pretend that I know these people's any percent runs. So I know that Vapor is pretty comfortable, probably very comfortable with 6B. Vapor being a bingo player and everything.
And also Vapor running like every category ever.
Yeah, exactly. Consistency, yada yada. I'm not sure about Temp Felix. So Temp Felix, you can actually help me out with one because I don't know, anyone.
Yeah, I don't actually know what Temp Felix does in any percent, so we'll have to try and guess based on how good the 6B is.
Try and guess.
Or maybe there's someone in chat who has the answer, but we could also try and guess. Yeah, re-pointing out in the chats, we've been talking a lot about sort of meta things. This is actually quite a close game now, with Felix, I think, making up quite a bit of ground in 4B. Alright, Felix, let us know when you get a response.
Yeah, tell us what Temp Felix knows, and what Temp Felix is comfortable with,
I believe Vapor employs the same trick as we saw Rocky doing.
Oh, nice ceiling pop.
The ceiling pop.
Nice ceiling pop.
You know, as I was saying before, we got caught by a legendary bit of humour. I believe Vapor employs the same hierarchy for Bob's Drop here, where he just spins the analog stick in order to just not have to time any pauses or jumps or anything.
But looked dangerous. The pose Bob's Drop.
Yeah, that looked like it was a frame away from not working. Does hit it. It takes fairly short death in second room chamber. And his Bob's Drop, okay. Honestly, the wild thing is, Bob's Drop is like one of those things where people think it's like a huge deal if you fail it, so you have to quit out and do some menuing. But actually, it loses less time to miss than quite a lot of the rooms in B-sides. Bob's Drop's about 12 seconds, there's quite a few rooms where you can lose upwards to that. It's looking pretty close, I think 10 or 15 seconds in it at the moment. Felix making up good ground there. Let's see how these mixed masters go. It's very easy to have a moment with a Seeker or Theo here. And Vector passing Gauntlet Room, this can still be a bit tricky.
Oh yeah, this has got
death to the impossible room. This room is canonically impossible, so understandable death. Oh. Felix not quite getting back up there. Hits its second try. So that's what, about 10 seconds difference? Maybe a little bit more. Definitely very close game heading into reflection here. Double star jump again, that's guy.
And when Vapor misses, like skip. Another like small death. That gives MP like a chance to... Oh,
never mind. It gives you a chance out, never mind. We really just can't say anything today.
These players don't like to skip legs, it seems.
Probably with the non-cassettes of false, good words. Vapor without any of the false cassette strats, playing it nice and comfortable, getting it fairly easily. And Felix hits a fast cycle. Let's go. Yes, it is less than 10 seconds now, I think. This is absolutely in the scope of one death. I think a lot of people will say that Start is arguably the hardest checkpoint of 6B, but I mean, a lot of the checkpoints are difficult, but Start has a lot of, especially like weird bumper cycles that you can get slightly messed up by, and in general just some fairly finicky platforming that you can't really get around.
Yeah, just bumper cycles, and then the very last room just being very long.
Yeah, both players make it into the falling section without too much difficulty, which is good to see. I imagine we aren't really going to be able to see that much in terms of strat differences in the falling section. There's not a huge amount you can do with that's reasonable to go for here, other than just how much you fast fall, a couple of places where you can do diagonal dashes to keep your downwards momentum. But a lot of strats like Demo and the last room save either basically nothing, or like the Demo, they save so much that you almost have to go for it. And we see both players going for it. Felix takes the second try with a pause, they both first try unpaused. Felix briefly took the lead, and they got it back straight away.
Yeah. I think it's quite the interesting adaptation, for not getting the demo first try and just resorting to force buffering.
Yeah, I think it's
probably.
I think it's definitely something to be said for going for like slightly more consistent things on your death cycle.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
on your death strat rather. Especially if you're trying to just sort of control your nerves. That's a pretty rare death from Felix there. Getting the feather and then dying to the block from being a bit too slow.
Yeah, Felix just getting held up a lot in rock bottom, yeah.
Yeah. They're probably making it into reprieve with a decent sized lead now. After a couple of fairly big deaths. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the time difference is here. I guess it's somewhere around 15 seconds. Oh. That's a lot less now with that death.
Yeah.
Somewhere between 5 and 10 seconds now, I think. But yeah, they've had a bit of a hard time with... Oh no! This is so sad.
Yeah, what did he have a hard time with?
Please.
It is having a hard time with. I mean, technically he had because it's a recorded match. Just let's pretend for a second, you know.
Okay, they makes it out. It's all good. Got like about 20 seconds of difference here, I want to say. See what it looks like after this. 6B exits. Yeah, just over 20 seconds, I think. Yeah. Definitely could swing either way here going into 7B. and the rest of 7A, but especially in 7B with a lot of longer deaths that you can take, which I'm sure neither player will take any deaths in 7B because they're both very skilled. Right, quick resync here. Starter summits, so you can see the difference a bit better now.
Okay. Felix just taking 2 quick nuts on that room.
Yeah, a couple of small deaths on their own won't do much, but taking a lot of those could give Vapo the edge and swing the tides. That was 2 different things at the same time. Swinging the tides, I don't think, is a thing you can do. I think turn the tides is the expression, but it's not what I said.
Yeah, I mean you can play swing music by the scene and you're swinging the tides. I don't know. Smooth jazz. Anyway, so. oh,
Tragedy.
That's interesting. that is quite an interesting way to back that up.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the kind of mistake that a lot of people don't really know exactly what they're doing if it happens. It's pretty rare to happen.
Yeah.
And it's also the kind of thing where, in general, you probably can improvise something that doesn't kill you.
Yeah, but I mean, oftentimes you just don't think you're gonna miss something like that, and you just like kind of like you already have like a plan in your head for most of the run. You know, do A, B, and then C, and then like suddenly just like falls apart, and you're like, oh, okay, what do I do now? Yeah, just very nice to not die on that one. Would have lost quite a bit of time. And we see Tim Felix collecting the cassette and going over to 7B.
Right. Yeah, so we are seeing a decent sized lead here, but as before, there's a lot of potential for deaths. The biggest rooms to watch out for are, in general, the orb rooms. You can also take some pretty bad deaths in a few of the other longer ones, but all of the orb rooms are long.
I mean, yeah.
That was a short death, it doesn't count as a curse. It's fine. And Baker entering 7B as well. That looks to me like about 35 seconds of difference. Or we hard to say exactly. I have to see if Temp Felix can hold this lead. And if not, then we'll have a very close game on our hands.
Imagine Weenie Piston just ending after 6B. And just like, oh yeah, we kind of overcame our differences. The game just ends. No need to actually count the summit. No, they're just kind of extra.
Yeah. Alternative ending, 20% ends when you unlock the secret farewell B-side, and you beat that.
I mean, how sick would it be? How sick would it be if there actually was something super secret that no one has ever found out about, like what they had with like Donkey Kong 64, I believe, like a few years ago, where they just like found a random, like rainbow coin or whatever it was that they just like found like 20 years after the game actually released, just like throwing everything out of whack. I think it would be funny if something like that happened for us. And Phoenix having some issues with 1.5k. Some issues.
At least 3. Alright. Re-enters the room and gets that fairly cleanly. On the re-entry. Let Voko make up a bit of ground. I think that's still like 25-30 seconds of lead though. So.
Felix, like with the last 1.5k room, just kind of being off cycle for the entirety of the room, just delaying dashes and waiting enough to not die is just very good, very important.
Yeah, I love seeing how everyone has like slightly different ways of doing this auto scroller. Cause like it really doesn't matter what your strat is there, as long as your ending is fast. But like, there's like so many different ways you can set yourself up to get to the ending at the right point. We'll be interested to see what Felix goes for in 2.5k3 here. This room is notorious for having some hard strats. That's an uncommon death actually, but yeah. Okay.
No, we're seeing another 2.5k moment. Oh, okay, goes for the safer thing.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of ground made up for Vapor though.
Oh yeah. .5k being the hardest piece. I'm just trying its hardest to like drag the leading player down.
Yeah.
It tried. It didn't succeed this time.
Felix missing the flag 19 skip twice.
Yeah.
And
backs it up.
Plays it safe. That's understandable. This is like 5 seconds now.
Yeah, Temp Felix really can't allow himself to make any mistake anymore.
Is
the power right on his heels. Any death could give Vapor the reins back into his hand.
Yeah, at this point, a lot of the flags are long enough where taking one death will change the lead here.
Also, of course, also depends on like how like what strats, like the strat difference also can make up quite some
yeah, for sure.
time, like we saw in the race between Verdal and Temp Felix, I believe, where Temp Felix had quite the lead, going into like
that was insane.
Certain 3k flags, and then just like Verdal like with his strats just catching up, and Vapor just having a really hard time on this flag, getting 2 retries on it.
Felix going to flag 9. This one is notorious for being hard. Hits the fairly risky version of that strat. Good to see.
Kind of like a trust fall. It's like a Vapor going for the safer strat as you'd imagine from Vapor. I mean, Blue Eye is not totally wrong.
Yeah, I think there's about 20 seconds of difference here, so this will have to go fairly wrong for Felix now.
And it very much looks like we're gonna get a Temp Felix and Martin rematch. and loses semis, which is gonna be a BO1
Yeah.
for anyone that's wondering. That's still gonna be BO1. We only have.
Well, it's just make sure he doesn't die to the heart room before we call anything.
Oh yeah. True.
Yeah.
I think we're
It's
safe. Yeah.
last cycle,
I'm
and gets the heart.
safe.
Oh,
All right. GG's.
Plays it very
No
safe.
more running.
GG.
All right. There's no more running for Marlon. He's gonna face Tim Felix again. Loses semis. That's gonna be like BO1. The only matches that are BO5 is winners finals, losers finals, and grand finals. So, unfortunately, that rematch between Tim Felix and Marlon is only gonna be a BO1.
And GG Vapor.
Yeah, GG Vapor.
Close seconds in it, which is a fair bit less than the PB difference. So, always happy to see that. Yeah, but both those first two races today very close.
Oh
They
yeah.
just decided in like the last chapter.
Yeah, both races and just
Is
2.5k for Tim Felix just didn't go well at all, and
Yeah,
I thought I was seeing the same match twice, with Rocky just dying over and over in the second room of 2.5k. I was like praying like this can't happen again, right? And it fortunately didn't end up happening again. So this is good to see that two players like back-to-back races doesn't like break down on 2.5k and 7me. So
yeah,
that's very good.
Definitely really good to see two close matches, despite fairly large PB differences in both matches actually. Yeah, that means that I believe tomorrow we're going to be seeing Mon vs Felix, the rematch. And then whoever wins that is going to face the loser of Tio Zap.
Speaking of BO5. Speaking of BO5, it's going to be a very exciting match, which we are not going to commentate. Other commentators are going to hop on for this one, but yeah, keep your eyes peeled because Tio vs Zapre, oh baby, and it's BO3, so you're in for at least 2 matches. And I don't want to say anything, but I'm not going to be surprised if there's going to be a game 3.
I'm just going to say get your frogs paused.
Get your frogs paused. I mean, that's true. And everyone get your frogs paused. Get your emotes ready. Yeah. Thank you for everyone for having me. Thank you, Blue Eye, for restreaming. And take care and have fun. Yeah. Thanks to everyone, for making this event run as smoothly as it has been running for the past few weeks. Yeah. Thank you. And goodbye. Thank you for commentating with me.
Yeah. You too. Bye.
Alright, so welcome everyone to the winners finals of the Benny Percent Battle. Today we've got winners finals, Tio versus Zapply. Of course, neither player has lost a match in the 3 games preceding here. These are also, funny enough, seeds 1 and 2 in the tournament, and I think the first and second place runners for Benny Percent for this category on speedrun.com. Their reward for making it this far without losing a game is that from here on out, both Tio and Zapply only get to play best of 3 matches. So the winner of this advances to the grand finals, and the loser of this faces the winner of the losers finals. Faces the winner of the losers bracket to determine who's going to go into grand finals. Yeah. And yeah, with that, hopefully I should be joined by my co-commentator soon, but you know. Sure, yes, I'll just commentate all of winners finals myself. I'm sure it's fine. Alright. We might be getting a last second surprise new commentator. Yeah. Hello. Alright. And we have Blue Eye on commentary. Yes. You love to see it.
There we go. There's too many buttons. Hello, hello. This is the juggling all the balls at once package. It should be going through. But it seems like we'll have Owen in 2 minutes. So then I'll hide myself once again.
Alright, so we have a surprise commentator for all of about 2 minutes. You'll have to see it.
Just for this introduction.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I rather hope neither player needs an introduction at this point. You've seen games from both Tio and Zapply. You've seen how they've, I wouldn't say effortlessly dominated the competition because every match until this point has been close, but you've seen how both of them have shown off their skills in the matches leading up to this point, and I'm expecting to see 2, maybe 3 very close matches. Yeah, in fact, I spoke to the guy who scripted this tournament. His name is Johannes Skript. I talked to him, and he said that this match is definitely going to have a game 3. So, yeah, just everyone get excited for that.
All right. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I believe we can.
All right. Sorry I'm a little bit late, but it looks like I'm just in time, in fact. So
Don't worry, we're ahead schedule.
This.
So yeah, this is winners finals, best of 3. You can see scores right next to the players' names and countries. Currently it's 0-0, of course. And with that, we're off to the races.
Yeah, the winners bracket has all culminated down to this. Obviously the loser here won't be out, but the winner here will be straight into the grand finals, and the loser will have to fight through losers, semis, and finals to get a chance to get back in this. So this is a very important match.
Yep. Thankfully, it is a best of 3, so the person who loses this game doesn't necessarily fall down to loser's bracket. Just gets a slight disadvantage. And with that, we see our both players pretty synced in city, neither player having messed up significantly until this point. Just beelining for that 1A tape. Grabbed. Just a tiny difference, negligible at this point in the run.
Yep, coming into 1B, our first B side of the run. I think this is one of the more deceptively difficult ones. It's short, but there are quite a few quite difficult screens, and a lot of strats that people go for that make it even harder.
Yep. Some of which, and there's a couple of places where you have to set up spike jumps or set up corner boosts, and depending on how long you take for those setups, you can save good chunks of time. Or just not go for the corner boost. Okay, I respect it, Tio.
Yeah, that corner boost actually does not save much time at all.
Yeah.
If you don't set it up quickly, you're really not saving time.
It's also pretty tough to set up. I thought that would be more than 1 pixel, but it's not. Funny. Alright, both players in this final, well, yeah, both players in the final win before hit until Zapply got out of it, I guess.
133 1B by Zap is very good.
Yep, really solid, but, well, in winners finals, you've got to play to your best. Alright. Gunning for this 2A cassette. I believe that 2A is the shortest chapter in this run. Takes less than half a minute. Okay, maybe not less than half a minute if you mess up ZYW cycle. Tough strat.
Yep, and Tio is gonna go for it, and also dies to it.
Yeah. By no means easy. And with that, Zap maintains his 10 or so second leads into 2B. Yeah, 2B generally regarded as one of the easier B-sides. Doesn't mean... well, by no means does it mean you can't lose time here.
Yeah, there are a number of skips on this level that players go for, and although they don't tend to be quite as hard as some of the ones in 1B, you can absolutely still die to them. See coin skip here from Zap.
Makes it look easy. Tio, I think, missing a setup. I think fast falling and doesn't get a spike jump. Funny. In any case, that only widens the lead a little bit. I'm sure both players would do new coin route. I mean, both of these players are pretty active 20% runners, especially in the tournament. I mean, especially with the tournament going on, so if there's any recent developments being heard of, you can be pretty sure that Tio and Zapply have at least seen it.
Yeah, and they are also, of course, the top 2 Benny percent runners on the leaderboard, so... I mean,
So
after... Whoops, you go ahead.
Yeah, so if there's an improvement made, they won't just see it, they'll try to implement it.
Yeah, and I mean, after all the talk about how variable Benny percent is and how anyone can win this thing, our winners finals is the top 2 seeds.
Funny how that happens. I mean, to be fair, the 2 players at the top of losers bracket are 7th and 10th seed. So, well, you never know.
Yeah, it's sort of been an interesting dynamic. A lot of the winners bracket has gone fairly close to seed expectations, but then the losers bracket's been all sorts of stuff going on down there.
Yeah, I mean, when you don't have a game of buffer between elimination and advancing in the tournament, you tend to get a little bit more desperate. And sometimes that leads to more interesting matches. Leads narrowed a slight bit due to, I think, a death in 3A, but Zapply still with pretty significant advantage. 20-ish seconds?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
About a huge mess section ahead, actually.
Huh. Players doing the chest books tower order. It really is just any percent in disguise. Let's time towers buttons. 752, 753 for Zapply. We'll see what Tio's in-game time is on that button hit.
About 8:08. So 15 seconds or so.
Yep.
Anyway, coming into Shaft here. Gonna be getting the cassette, going into 3B. We'll see what sort of a 3B these players can pull off.
Hopefully a good one. Fingers crossed. Oh, well, before that quad hyper loom, which Zapply nails, of course. And strat is not easy, and yet I don't see top level letters failing it. Huh.
Anyway, it's just 1:55 3B time. Pull out the Premi.
Yep.
3B time.
I'm sure we'll see a sub 2 or 2 in this one. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, neither player's gonna die, they're just gonna whip out perfectly. Well,
Ooh.
okay.
As you say that. Yep, nice.
What is it? Is it the word die that triggers it? Like, if I don't say die, if I say just the players will have a friendly meeting with dust bunnies.
Yeah, it
Yep,
looked
no
like
one
he
seems-
just like didn't hyper or something. I think he might have buffered too early, but he just got a jump.
Huh.
Anyway, other than that, both players have been coming through pretty smoothly.
Yeah, I believe so. Oh my gosh, Tio, the 3V strats. Oh, wow.
Theo is a known 3B gamer.
Yeah. Funny way of doing that, loom in library. I almost had to correct myself from calling it a towers loom. No, this isn't
Towels.
Blie, there's no such thing as towels.
There's towels right there on Tio's screen. Look at that.
Exactly. Anyways, despite what I've said, both players seem to be cruising through 3B. Haven't seen much in the way of death on either side. Wow. Yeah, well, maybe not gonna see 155s, but I think we're gonna end up with 2 very solid 3Bs.
Yep, Zap goes for the buffer demo setup and gets it. It'll be a 213. Meanwhile, Tio is on a very low 2.0x pace here.
Yeah,
204.
both extremely solid times. Tio managing to make up some ground. Doesn't quite have the lead, but we'll see how 4B plays out. Oh, now that I've said that, someone's gonna die to cassette loom, aren't they? Oh no.
Or a cassette room is like another deceptively difficult room in this run. Compared to some of the other cassette rooms, it doesn't look quite as fancy, but the fast cycle is a bit difficult to get. And of course, if you do the demo, that also adds some difficulty.
Both players here definitely going to be going for the fastest cycle. No doubt in my mind about that. Maybe not the demo, but... Oh, no, just kidding. Oh, no, just kidding again. Zapply just has a different way of approaching it, but does go for the fast cycle.
That's an interesting setup. Oh, and Tio messed up a dash there at the start, so he's gonna have to take a slow cycle.
Also doesn't go for the demo at the end, which I very much respect. And with that, good old 4B.
No auto scroller skip from Zap. Unfortunate.
I will be shocked if we ever see that, like, in this tournament. I mean, that skip is something else.
I think it's a little bit ways off from being full game viable, but I think we're gonna see it in ILs sooner than people think.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Zcat was talking about it. He said it's really not that bad. It's just a matter of when does someone want to grind 4B with it.
Well, we'll have to see. I can tell you that at the very least, it looks very funny.
Yes, it is a very funny strat. And of course, when I say not that bad, I mean compared to like top level IL stuff, which gets quite ridiculous. So it is quite a difficult strat. But
yeah, I don't even know all the top level. Oh no, Tio. Yeah, I don't even know all the top level IL stuff for 4B, but I do know there are some crazy ways of doing some of these lanes.
Speaking of which, Zap gets the very fast cycle on the one. How do you describe that room? I was just gonna say the one annoying room because that's how I mentally think of it.
The room with the 3 platforms.
Yes, that one.
I think that's a good enough descriptor.
Yes, the one Tio is just about to come into. See if he also goes for a fast cycle. He does, and he gets it.
Oh, and manages to carry that momentum. That's not easy. Zap wasn't able to get that. Tio is. Saves a couple seconds.
Wait, coin skip for Zap. Let's see which version he goes for. Just a standard climb up.
The good version, basically.
Pretty much. There is the new one where you like don't go back to the bubble. You just like upright dash and jump off the corner and then climb off the right wall. But yeah, that version looks hard.
That honestly, that just sounds like black magic to me. It's yeah.
It looks very funny because it looks like you're just randomly upright dashing, but then you end up landing perfectly on the corner. Anyway, Tio is struggling a little bit with this room. Taking a couple of deaths.
4B.
Yep.
Yeah. This is probably 3-2x pace. Maybe not the 4B that Tio wants, but not a run-ending 4B. Anyways, so we'll have to see what happens in the any percent segment.
Is that really the original coin skip? I don't remember that. So that wouldn't surprise me. If it's just one of those old strats that people have finally started doing again, because
I mean, just skill improves over time. I'm sure that might be the original coin skip, but people thought, oh, there's no way that's actually viable. And now, well, viable means a different thing now than it does a couple years ago.
Yeah, I mean, if you want another example, a strat like 5A fast key was discovered way back when by Nero, but before like pause buffering was really readily available. Like, it was just a strat nobody did because it was complete garbage. But then with pause buffering, people slowly came back to it, and now there are some people who do it even in full game.
I mean, don't people do Dread Corner and ILs or something? Maybe not.
No, not really.
Okay, maybe not.
Even going for sub 2, Zcat has not been doing Dread Corner because it's
it is
a complete garbage strat.
Okay, maybe not.
And it doesn't save that much time.
No, it really doesn't. There are better time saves to be had in 5B. Speaking of which, let's see how Zapply handles this bubble section. Takes it a little bit slower. No down left. I very much respect it.
Ooh, Zappery, yeah, Ren's out of stamina there.
Yeah, I think does an extra climb jump by accident or something.
Yeah, he was too low on the wall bound to start, so he had to do an extra climb jump to like catch up to the block. But
Yeah.
that cost him his stamina.
A little unfortunate. A bit of resyncing. Lead is slightly less ledge than it looks, but still close to a checkpoint. Oh no, and then the saving quit. Oh no. Unfortunate timing on the resync. Speaking of unfortunate, Zap takes a death, but gets the loom second try.
No shame in a death to the hardest room in 5B. Ooh, misses the button there.
Yeah, this has just been a slightly unfortunate 5B for Zap, but that does give Tio the opportunities to get back into this race, and he's taking them. Well, I say that, there's still a checkpoint of difference between the two runners, so...
Yo, going for pillarless, and gets it. That is quite a difficult strat.
Yeah.
Not many people go for that in full game.
In the meantime, Gauntlet Loom. Zapply gets out of it, but doesn't quite stick the ending.
Yo, having a little bit of a gauntlet room moment.
It's called Gauntlet Loom for a reason.
Well, Zappery taking another death. Yeah, I mean, Tio is really caught up during this 5B.
Yeah.
Still a bit of a lead for Zap, but coming into Reflection, it's certainly not a comfortable lead.
Yeah, not when 6B is a chapter you have to play. No lead is comfortable going into 6B. Well, okay, a minute lead would probably be comfortable, but still. Zapply hitting Lake Skip, Tio bopping his head with a feather.
I was just about to comment on how smooth Tio's feather movement was, and then...
Oh no.
Alright, coming to cassette room. Let's see what strat Zap goes for. Going for Prof's possibility.
And almost hits it.
Yeah, messes
Loses
up the
a little
ending
bit,
but
but
backs it up perfectly fine.
yeah, no death. So that's cool. Tio going for also Prof's possibility. Gets it completely this time. Saves a couple seconds there. And still about a 10-second lead for Zapply heading into 6B. What, 2 screens?
Yep, 2 screens. Very clean 6B so far from both players.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen in 6B, but we see both players getting through 6B stud. You could argue 6B stud is one of the hardest checkpoints in this run. And both runners are just getting through it deathless. Okay, sure. It seems fine. Another contender for the hardest checkpoint in this run, depending on how many downlight dashes you do, is this one. I think it's College Reflection, but everyone knows it as 6B Falling.
Yep, because Maddie Thorfinn is very good at naming things, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We have reflection, we have reflection, we have reflection.
I know, right? And Zop in the first room of the Battleland fight, Tio just a screen or two behind.
Yeah, this is basically still the same two-screen difference that we saw for pretty much this whole level so far.
Yeah,
Both
neither
players have
player.
been-
Yeah, neither player really giving the other an opportunity to pull ahead. On Tio's screen, we probably see Featherless. Indeed
Yep.
we do. Without a problem. Rock Bottom is in some sense the easiest checkpoint of 6B, but never say that during a run, because you'll instantly get karma for it.
Huh?
Deaths in this checkpoint are so punishing.
Yeah, I mean, Rock Bottom has Featherless, which is easier than it looks, but still very non-trivial. And then it has the Feather Room, which can just be very annoying in multiple ways. And then the last room, which feels like it should be easy, but will manage to screw up your run if you ever dare to think that.
Yeah. Having said that, oh, Tia with this nice save. Anyways, having said that, both runners are just not letting 6B get to them. Like, what is this, like, 4-1x pace? Excuse me? Huh?
Yeah, I mean, Zap's on 1x pace.
No, wait, Zap's on,
Not-
is Zap on OX pace? Maybe.
No, he's not.
Okay. Close. Yeah, no. Really solid 6B from Zap. And in the meantime, Tio's struggling a little bit with...
Ooh, almost
I don't
messed
know,
up
yeah.
that ending.
one death.
One death. Just that one falling death. But yeah, that's
That is-
a great 6B.
That is something else. Yeah, I mean, Zap struggled a bit in 5B, doesn't let it get to him, recovers, and pulls out really solid 6B. You love to see it.
Yep, and this is a 33 pace by Zap.
Tio,
So-
I was so convinced Tio had messed up the strat, I forgot that that existed. Oh my goodness. Thanks for the head attack. Oh. Oh boy.
Anyway, Zap taking a couple deaths here so far in 0 meters. Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
those players on solid pace. I say that Zap takes another death. So Tio's getting a little bit of an opportunity to make up some time. And of course, we've still got all of 7B yet to come.
Yep. But I mean, a 20 second lead here means a lot more than a 20-second lead coming out of 3A. And chances for TO to close that lead slowly dwindling. We'll have to see how this endgame plays out.
Yep.
Okay.
That was another death. And then went for the reverse hyper to back it up and hit the spring.
Yeah, maybe not an ideal for 7A for Zap. I wonder if these players have their opponent's streams open, and if they know how close they are. I don't think I would, but... If
Yeah,
they do...
Last year, back during Summer Open, during my races, the first couple of times I did, and then I realized it just didn't help me at all. Like, I was much more focused if I just ignored it, pretended I was just doing a no reset.
Yeah. Don't know if Zap has TO stream open, but if he does, might be feeling a little bit of pressure, seeing this lead slowly dwindle in Summit.
I mean, personally, I don't find it helps, because, like, if you're ahead, then you have the pressure of being ahead, and if you're behind, you have the pressure of needing to catch up. So,
Yeah.
it's really just adding pressure no matter what, I think.
Yeah.
And I think most people aren't going to really change what strats they're doing depending on whether they're ahead or behind. Maybe a few things, but for the most part, I don't think it really affects.
That's true. There
gameplay.
was the occasional runner that somehow manages to do better off of pressure, but, well...
Yeah, for sure. I mean, some people are just wired that way where it helps them.
Ooh, Tia with the fast cassette cycle. Well, maybe not cycle. You don't actually skip a cycle there, but the fast cassette loom strat.
Yeah. So,
Both players probably taking a deep breath before this final segment of Dawn.
yes. And Zap's lead is only like 2 rooms now. It has come back down to, what's that, 7A?
This is anyone's game. Just fingers crossed. Just try stay as calm as you can. Listen to the chill music. And hope that you can pull off a good 7B.
Yeah. And of course, this is just the first game of a best of 3. So, regardless of what happens, we're going to have another game.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, Tio missing the spiked wall bounce. Not an easy strat. Gets it the second time, but that's a pretty significant time loss. And again, just those opportunities to catch up slowly diminishing every time Zapply beats a screen deathless.
I see someone asking in chat. Yes, Zap does have 7B world record, but Tio's in second place, less than a second behind. So they both have very good 7Bs. And those both contain a number of strats that they will not be doing in a full game run, I imagine.
Yep. Very clean 1k loom 3 from Zapply. I'll see if Tio can match it. No sweat.
Yeah, very clean 7B so far from Zap.
Mm-hmm. Not sure he's even taken a death.
Well,
Oh, okay.
you had to do it, Reed. You just had to do it.
I just had to say it. Tio saves it.
He's fine. He had the dash.
Had to think for a second. Does got that cycle. It's always such a scary cycle, that final move 1500 meters. You lose a couple of frames in that loom due to slow movement, and all of a sudden, you have to wildly try to think of some backup.
Yeah. Anyway, Zap's going to be coming into 2500. This is where we get to what I think is the really hard part of 7B. 2.5k and 3k are both quite difficult checkpoints.
Yeah, I would agree on that. The screen. Oh no! I was gonna say the screen coming up for Zapply, but he decided to make me eat my words. Anyways, this screen here for Zapply has a couple interesting strats, and we just saw the funny. That's not a reverse corner boost, but it does look very funny.
So both players in the same room here. This is a very close race at this point. What's that? That's from Zap.
Yeah, seconds. Oh my gosh.
3150 transition for Zap and 53 for Tio, so 3-second difference.
Oh no, oh no, anything could happen now. Oh please. I don't even know who I'm playing for at this point, just both letters, please.
My eyes are glued to the screen here. This is so close. We'll see if they go for demo here. Zap not gonna go for it. If Tio goes for it here. Oh, but he dies.
No. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
He was
Oh,
too far
dies a
left.
second time.
Gets it the third try, but he's gonna lose time because of that.
Yeah. That might be fatal for Tio. We'll have to see how Zapply handles the end of updraft here. Alright. Less than a minute remaining for both these players. I think... No, not quite 33 pace, but... maybe 33 pace?
I don't think so. I think it's just off in 33 pace, but low 34 for sure.
Yeah. Zapply finishing up for bag 2. The only way Tio catches up is if Zapply has a Heartloom moment. Which... anything can happen.
Possible. It would basically only take one heart room death. Makes it through,
Yes.
and that is going to be GG for Vapri.
Wow.
34.05, and Tio coming in just behind at 34.11.
Yeah, wow.
What a race. GG.
Tio never able to gain the lead there. Not for lack of trying, that's for sure.
I mean, he came very close there at the end. If he had gotten that demo first try, that would have been, like, close to tied.
If he had gotten the demo first try, I think Tio wins this. Just barely. Because he had 2 dots, so... Alright, so Zapply takes the first game, but this is a best of 3 series. So we will be having a game 2 coming up right now.
Yep. I imagine players will have a short break to refocus themselves, shake out their hands for a second.
Yep. So while we wait, enjoy the music. What music is this? I do not know.
I cannot hear it, but
Okay, just unmuted stream. It's scattered and lost. Okay.
let's go. It's a good song. It was one of the best on the OST, in my opinion.
Would agree with that. Moment when the drums kick in, incredible.
Oh, yeah. That's a song I would love to see, like a live performance of that.
Oh, can you
With the
imagine?
drummer. That would be so
Oh,
good.
wow. That would be really good.
Drums kick in when Madeline hops on Yoshi. I don't know what that means, but I'm guessing it's referencing something that I don't get.
Rooting for Tio so we get a gameplay. I think many of us are at this point.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Tio to win by 1 frame. That would be the optimal outcome.
That would be something.
I'm rooting for they both get 31, but Tio wins by 1 frame.
I believe it is stated in the rulebook that if we have a flame tie, it goes to a prologue race. No, wait, just kidding.
No.
That's PTA.
No,
Never mind.
what they do, so if there's a tie, for those of you who don't know, there's actually a very interesting tiebreaker. Both players pick 2 B-sides to eliminate. So that will leave them with 3 remaining B-sides, and they race those 3.
And that's how 2 out of 3 wins? Or is it just cumulative time?
I'm actually not sure. I don't remember. I thought it was cumulative time, but it might be best 2 out of 3.
Huh.
It is file time. Okay, so yeah. Don't think a tie will ever happen.
Well,
You never know.
you never know.
I'm trying to think if I've ever seen a frame tie in Celeste. I can't think of one, but it might have happened before. I remember in other games I've seen it. I saw one in Super Mario Odyssey actually once. There was a race way back when that had a frame tie, which is like honestly probably even crazier than Celeste because it's like an hour plus long run. But yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen a Celeste frame tie.
I mean, Celeste is a game that runs at 60 FPS, making it a pretty difficult game to flame tie on. But we have seen matches come at 1 second apart.
Okay, yes, there are frame ties in like records on leaderboards, but I meant like in a race. Because yeah, there have been a few times where the record is frame tied. Currently in 1C, I believe. And then in the past there have been some other runs, I believe. What if the players choose to eliminate the same B-sides? I don't know. That is a good question. I do not know what happens then.
I think they would choose like in a specific order.
Yeah,
Like
so
Tia would
I
choose
imagine
one. Then Zap would choose 1 or 2 and then back to Tio.
Yeah, I imagine I would draft them or something. But I mean, that does introduce like a sort of like a mind game. Like, if you don't want to play 6B, do you eliminate 6B, or do you think your opponent's going to eliminate 6B so you can use your elimination on something else?
Tough to say.
Huh?
Honestly, why don't we just scrap the Benny percent tournament and just have that be the rest of the Benny percent tournament? Just make every match like a best of 7 or something.
I honestly think that would be like a really cool format for a tournament.
It really would. I feel like it would be interesting. People get to play to their strengths. Alright, Tio saying goodbye to chat. It seems like we're about on track to get ourselves up and ready for a second game.
The last needs more draft content. Okay, here's a bingo variant I just came up with on the spot. You have a bingo board of 25 objectives. You draft 24 of them, and only the player who drafted it can get that objective. So then you both have to individually complete your 12 objectives, and then after that, complete the 25th one. And first player to do that wins.
Oh my gosh. That would be something else.
You basically have to commit to a route, but then like while you're drafting, there's also like thinking about, do I grab the fastest objective, or do I try and, like, if my opponent's grabbed a bunch of berry stuff, do I ruin their berry synergy by grabbing a berry objective? Now I want to play this. This actually sounds fun.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, in any case, players ready to go, and have indicated they're ready, and we should be getting a countdown and going in the next couple of seconds. For those of you just tuning in, this is Game 2 of a 3-game series. Zapoli has taken the first game with a 1-0 lead.
Yep, and the winner of the 3-game series will move on to grand finals, and the loser will be knocked down to the losers bracket and have to play in the losers finals, which will be against the winner of the losers semifinal, which is Marlon versus Felix, which will be happening tomorrow, I believe.
Yep. But both players right now are guaranteed a top 3 position in the final rankings, which is cool. And with that, we're off. So funny enough, last game, I don't think we actually had a single lead change all game. As funny as that is to say. Zapoli took a slight lead in 1A and just never let Tio get the upper hand again. This time, doesn't seem like anyone's ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the size of the lead changed a lot. At times it was like 45 seconds, at times it was like 3 seconds. But yeah, you're right. I think Zapri was basically ahead the whole time. You see that though, Zapri takes a death. Tio is going to be very, very slightly ahead here, coming into cassette room. But basically tied, still. Less than a second.
And with that, we're back into 1B. Shoutouts to Maxo.
Shoutouts to Maxo, indeed. Anyway, Tio takes a first room death, which of course does not count.
Tio takes a second room death.
That one
Which-
does count.
Yeah. And for the second time now, we see Zap having pretty much no issues in 1B. Dang, this guy's good.
Wow, this player is good at Benny percent. They made it to the winners finals and they're good.
I
Can't
know,
believe
right?
it. Shocking.
In the meantime, both players enjoying themselves with this loom. Well, okay, both players getting out of it, and well, in scrap pit. Wait, that is the final checkpoint, right? Scrap pit.
Oh god. Is it scrap pit or no? Contraption's the second one.
Yeah.
Scrap pit is the last one.
B-side checkpoint names are infamously hard to remember. People just usually say third checkpoint, and that's usually good enough.
Yeah. Really, the ones I mostly remember are the ones that have strats named after them, like Alter and 2B, or okay, I guess that's actually the only one I can think of. But
Stepping stones. That has a strat light. No, it doesn't. Oh, yeah. Wait, what other?
I don't know. Stepping stones is easy to remember because the first room looks like stepping stones.
Yeah. Oh, you can remember Reprieve because it's the most inaccurately named checkpoint in all of Celeste.
That is very true. It is not a reprieve from anything.
Oh, by the way, was Synced entering 2B? That's a thing.
Yeah, I believe Tio hit ZYW cycle and Zap did not. Unless I wasn't paying attention, which is possible.
And so, once Blue Eye Leasings, yes, best Blue streamer. We'll see both players like 0.2 away from each other.
Yep, coming
Like
through the
deja
best
vu.
B-side.
Yeah. It's like deja vu, you watch Zap do something, and then half a second later your eyes move to Tio's screen and you see the exact same thing happen. Not quite GSA.
Silent, that's literally the one we were just talking about. Come on.
So speaking of GSA,
Yes, anyway, we are tied. Oh no!
oh
Yo.
no.
Oh, and Zap
Yep.
has to coin skip. So, not going to be quite as much of a lead as it could have been.
Still though, Tio moving just a tiny bit too early, getting hit by Radwin there. And back to reality. And by reality, of course, I mean we're back to a 0.2 second difference between the two letters. Great.
Yep, 528.4, 528.6. So yeah, literally 0.2.
Wow. Huh. Hey, yeah, what were we talking about regarding flame ties earlier? Just saying, might come into play. Yay, everyone's probably least favorite B-side.
No, but least favorite.
Well, okay, I don't
It
like
is
it.
one of the hardest B-sides, but
That's true.
I would say 6B is definitely worse. Ooh, Tio takes a death to winged room.
Yep. Letting Zapply get 2-3 seconds ahead. Not significant at all.
I mean, you never know with how close these races have been. Every second can matter.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true, Devik. A lot of the cutscenes are named after, or not cutscenes, but checkpoints are named after the first room. Like elevator shaft, you have the elevator shaft is in the first room.
Yep. In fact, I think that's sort of the idea for most of the checkpoints. Are there any that aren't named like that?
I don't know. I mean, there's some of them that the names are just sort of very abstract and don't really correspond to something specific you see in game, like Dream Altar, for example. Like, what does that mean exactly? I don't know, but...
Oh, there's a rock bottom, which I think shows up in some dialogue midway through the battle and fight.
I think it's the dialogue at the start of Battle and Fight.
Oh no, yeah, no. It's at the start, never mind. Maybe it is that first screen. Oh yeah, all the farewell checkpoint names have nothing to do with their first rooms.
I know some of them do.
They do?
Stubbornness has to do with the cutscene.
Yeah.
What else?
I guess reconciliation does.
Reconciliation. I guess power source is sort of later in the checkpoint.
Yeah, same with Event Horizon. You don't see the black hole until a bit. Also, by the way, Celeste. Hey, yeah, these players are playing the video game.
Yes.
We haven't been talking much because, well, not much has happened.
Yeah, they
Those
basically
players are
both
just gaming.
Moving through the level. Yeah.
And with that, we're into 3D. So... Oh. Zapply not quite getting a lot of distance on that corner boost. It's sometimes tricky to get good corner boosts in this game. And if you don't, well, can't hit strats. Oh, that's enough for a sink, isn't it?
Basically.
Yeah, wow. What, a 1 second difference? Maybe 1.5? Yeah, funny enough. Looking at strats on both sides, it seems Tio is taking things a little bit more aggressively.
Yeah, he is a very big 3B player like that, so in this level I think that's not too surprising.
Mm-hmm. And yet, despite that, we're still only at about a loom of difference.
Yep.
I was gonna say we're still in the same loom, but then, well, Zap had to go and die on me.
Ooh. Tio dives to this last library room. I think that might have been sub 3 pace before that. Maybe not. It might have been a little bit off. Or not sub 3.
You mean sub 2?
I do mean sub 2. It's hopefully sub 3 pace.
Yeah, certainly hope so.
Getting the fast cycle there.
I mean, not having a sub 3B at this level would be, well, a tragedy, I think. something would have to happen. Oh yeah, no, this is still going to be a low 2-0x for TO.
201. Incredibly gamer. And Zap with the 213. Still very good.
Yep, solid, but I mean, when your opponent is TO, solid is sometimes just not good enough.
I mean, this race is still very close.
Oh yeah, no, not to count Zap out or anything like that. Yeah, no, there is still less than a 10-second difference between these two runners. It's a little bit closer than it looks due to a tiny fire time difference.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens at 4B. I believe last race, TO had a little bit of an unfortunate 4B. We'll see if both players can have a nice solid one again.
Zap.
Both players getting the fast cycle this time.
Yep, no problem. You're messing up the bubble movement a little, but doesn't take a death. Giving Zap another couple seconds. Those might start adding up.
I mean, that's one of those small things, so like, it looks like it's just whatever, but that's actually pretty impressive to react to in time.
Yeah.
Like, you have to notice that you dashed the wrong way. You have to, in a split second, decide how you're going to fix it by dashing up in this case. And then do it. Overriding your existing muscle memory to just dash right and die.
Yeah, it's made even harder by the fact that right before that trick, the screen is completely black. I mean, you play the first second of 4B without being able to see the chapter. So, Tio just was able to see where he messed up and was able to react super fast. So, yeah, impressive. And with that, we get into the fun section of 4B, Gusty Canyon. And by fun, I'm being sarcastic, for any of you wondering. There's that screen, there's this screen, which Tio is on right now.
Bergy Canyon, indeed.
And then there's this screen, which isn't difficult, but if you take a death, you lose a lot of time. So don't.
Oh, Tio!
No, wait.
I had to say it.
Wait, no, don't. Do not. As in, like, there's the do and then there's the do not, you know?
Can't believe you've done this.
I'm so sorry.
Anyway, with that, Zap has taken a bit of a lead.
Still a really clean 4B from both runners. Why do I keep saying this? Honestly, I'm just tempting fate at this point.
You really are. Both players getting coin skip though. Zap coming in the last room, goes for the fast cycle.
You see, commentator's curse doesn't work when the players are as good as Tio and Zapply. Because I try to curse them, and then they just say, no, I refuse. See? It's that simple. Tio! What? What?
Yep, gets the fast cycle.
Huh? Okay. The wall kick there was something else. Ooh, we do get a small resync. Zapply having waited a little bit on the menu.
Just for style points. I think style points should be the tiebreaker. Who needs a tiebreak
Agreed.
match? We should just judge the players on their style. Zap misses DCB last part of it. That's going to be minus a few style points, I think.
Yeah. Tio does get it, lacking up those style points. And with that, Zap is out of 5B about 6 seconds ahead.
Yep.
I mean, Zap is into 5B, sorry. About 6 seconds ahead.
I knew what you meant.
Bubs drop coming up. The Zapply. Hits pause drop. And Tio hits it as well. No sweat.
Yeah, these days, with pause drop, you can be fairly confident both players are going to hit it. Back in the old days, before the newfangled pause buffering, like in races and stuff, even for the top level runners, there was always a chance they would miss Bub's drop.
Yeah, I mean, some strats, I mean, Lake Skip was difficult 3 years ago, it's difficult now.
Yeah.
They just don't get easier with time, and stuff like Bub's drop sort of falls into that range, except when pausing exists now.
Anyway, Zap had a bit of issue menuing for the save and quit, so because of that, Tio has made up some time. We were very close.
Yeah, you don't say.
Tio is going to go for pillarless. Dash is just too far right.
Doesn't get it. I still feel like any moment now we're gonna get another GSA moment. I would love that.
And there it is.
Here we go.
You had to say it. Zap taking that death, and we are in the same room.
Oh no,
Oh,
Tio.
but Tio, the secret is not hit the button.
Gauntlet Loom is a cool mistress. Zapply casually does the impossible. Tio right behind him.
Yeah, 1833 exit versus 1836, so 3 seconds apart.
Yeah. Wow.
Match has just been neck and neck. Most of these matches so far have been incredible.
I know. I mean, this one even less so. I don't think these players have gotten more than 20 seconds away from each other. They just
Yeah, I don't
refused.
know if they have. I think the farthest they've been is in 4B when Tio failed on that room. Other than that, they've been neck and neck
No.
this whole time.
No Lake Skip deaths.
Oh no,
Oh.
Tio! Down left, just like a frame too early.
Very unfortunate. Not a common death, but Celeste, anything can happen.
So last turn we saw both players do Prof's Possibility. I imagine that will be the same here. Yep. Zap hits it in full.
And
Yo. Gets off that hyper.
gives me a little bit of a scare, but does hit it. I'm sure I was the only one scared. I wouldn't be surprised if Tio has done that exact backup to Prof's Possibility before.
Anyway, both players in the 6B. Last race we saw Zap have a nutty 6B. A 4-1X.
Yeah.
See if he can
And
do similar this time.
Yes, 4OX and even sub 4 times of 6B exist. And yes, these players could get them. But in a chapter as demanding as 6B, getting a 4-1X is still extremely respectable. Because the alternative is getting like a 5-minute 6B.
Yeah. I don't think either of these players goes for sub 4 strats.
Okay.
Anyway, Zap dies to this last start room. So that is gonna give Tio the lead right away.
Tenuous lead. We'll see if Tio is able to hold it. Diagonals from Zapply. Takes a couple. Not too many. I respect it.
Yep, Tio did 3, Zap did 2. Both are very common.
And to death. I am glued to my seats. To my singular seat.
Your feet, huh? You've got multiple
Yeah.
of them?
Yeah, I'm actually sitting in a chair which is also in another chair.
I'm imagining like in like elementary or middle school when you would have like the big stacks of chairs and someone would always try and like sit on top of a stack of like 10 chairs.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
That is what I'm
Good times.
imagining you're doing right now. Anyway, Tio takes a death and we are in the same room.
Yep.
Still a slight lead for Tio, but
Both players trying to make this race as close as possible. I can't explain it any other way. Oh my goodness, for the third time so far this match. First in 2B, then in 5B, and here we are again in 6B. Neck and neck.
Clueless. Tio hits it. Zap accidentally hits the crystal, so it's gonna have to take the feather.
Which is time loss, but in 6B, it's a pretty time loss to take.
Yeah, I mean, for me at least, whenever that happens, it's just like, whatever. Didn't die, it's fine.
Hopefully it doesn't mess with your mentality.
Anyway, coming into reprieve, Tio is still on 1x pace, I believe. Goes for multi-boost. And gets
Hits
it.
it. Zap, waiting for the refresh, times it, of course. We're still on the same screen, guys. Gosh, this is a little intense. Hey, Celeste. Oh no, I'm so worried. I'm looking back and forth at both screens and just crossing my fingers that everything goes well.
Yeah, both. Oh no! Tio! He can save that. He can save that.
Oh my gosh.
Good save.
Oh wow. Okay. and doesn't let Zapply capitalize on that. And oh, goodness.
Zap, no!
Oh no! Yeah, Zap doesn't get. Well, I'm not actually sure what happened there. That didn't have a dash.
I missed it as well. I was looking at Tio's screen, and I saw in the corner of my eye Zap falling.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
game's-
we are very close still.
I mean, yeah, 6B death, but this is anything but over. You thought last game was close. Oh my goodness. Winners finals, everyone.
The first round was a 6-second difference. Strawberry Taco. So yeah, I mean, this is shaping up to be similar, I think. We will see. Still a lot of Summit to play, though.
I also think that both players are just on better pace than last time. Haven't been paying exact attention to the times, but I've just been noticing less
yes.
stats.
They are both on definitely better pace than last time. Last time coming into Summit, it was like high 33, low 34 pace, and this is like low 33 pace, maybe 32 for Tio with like a nutty Summit.
It would take some magic, but that's what we're here for.
Yeah, very good pace for both players this time.
How strong is Zap late game? Incredibly good. I mean, you can just say how strong is blank's blank game, and you can just replace the first blank with either Tio or Zaply, and you can replace the second blank with either early game, mid game, or late game, and the answer will be incredibly good, no matter what combination you pick.
Yeah, but I mean, that especially, like, Zap does have 7B world record, so it's hard for late game to get any stronger than that.
Yeah. I don't expect to see a sub 6 or any sub 6 strats here, but
I mean, people in chat were saying Tio at least has like not dropped really anything for
really?
7B, so yeah, I mean, we'll see.
In any case, we do see the lead widen a little, Zap taking a couple unfortunate deaths.
I mean, this is 32able for Tio. He needs like a 6-13 to get a 32. That's like very
possible.
doable.
Okay. Fingers crossed. It's a little bit less 32able for Zap, but you never know.
Or like a 605 would be world record here, which is not
Wait,
out
what?
of the question.
Oh, for Tio, yeah.
For Tio, yeah.
I thought you were saying 605 was world record in 7B, and I was like, what?
Oh no!
It's fine. Oh!
That is a painful death.
Yeah. It's a little funny, because you want, like, Tio to do well and get a 32. But at the same time, if Tio messes up enough times, you sort of just want him to mess up more so that Zap, like, gets ahead and it's a close game, because we want to see a close game.
Yeah. I mean, Zap theoretically can 32 as well. He would need a sub 6, but it's possible.
A sub 6? Oh, yeah. He would need like a 559. He can certainly PB. That's in Leech. Well, I don't know about in Leech, but it's possible.
I mean, yeah. His PB is 3307, so it's not that far off from 32. But anyway, as for the race, Tio maintaining a very slight lead.
A very slight lead.
Yeah, it's about 7 seconds, I think.
Yeah, I could not have made this to be closer if I told the players what to do. Oh, Zap takes an unfortunate death, and we get a slightly sink. So this is actually about a 2-limb difference. Or 3-limb? 3-limb difference. Good. Deep breaths, in and out.
Back into the players or to yourself?
Honestly, I don't know at this point.
Yeah, I'm getting nervous as well. I mean, this is just an insane pace.
I love 7B music. It's a very good mix between, like, triumphant and also chill.
Yeah. So Zap struggled a bit at the end of 1500 there. So Tio does have a fairly significant lead now.
Mm-hmm. About a checkpoint of advantage. Is 32 alive? I'm not sure.
I think it still is, yeah. I mean, this is... He only needed like a 615 coming into this, or 613 or something. And
yeah,
he had the one mistake in 0 meters, but other than that, it's been a very clean... Ooh, as I say that...
Tia, Owen, why? Okay, to be fair, I sort of baited you on that question, but still.
Oh, he goes for the Marlin demo and dies to it.
Oh my goodness. Good old 2500 meter demo. Oh no, please, please, please.
No, I beg you. Alright, well, 32 is no longer alive, I believe, but...
But Tio's still on pace for a low 33.
Yeah, I mean, still an insane run for Tio.
Meanwhile, Zap, not actually too far behind. We'll have to see how this updraft goes for Tio. If he fails demo or takes a couple late deaths on some of these long screens.
Yeah, I mean, this is still like quite a large lead. Basically all of downdraft plus part of updraft.
It's true. I think if Tio gets out of updraft, it might be Tio's game to lose. But with flag 10 and 9 existing...
Yeah. Doing flag 10 like it's no problem. I mean, yeah, doing that flag without grabbing is quite difficult, and these players just make it look easy.
Yeah, that left dash is also really tight, but no hesitation. And yeah, with Tio out of updraft, definitely looking like a foregone game. We'll have to see how it plays out, though. Don't want to call it.
Yeah, it's not over, but it's looking like Tio is probably gonna take this one.
Yes, game 3, yes.
And I mean, what a run by Tio. If it hadn't been for that 2500 meter last room, this would be world record pace.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, what a showing to pull off.
And that's like, and Zap as well. I mean, his pace has been incredible too. We've been focusing on Tio's pace, but Zap is gonna have a very solid time in this race as well.
Yeah, I do not know what these runners' tournament PBs are, but that might be a tournament PB for Tio. Not sure.
Anyway, GG to Tio for taking home game 2 and Gonna all come down to game 3.
33-12. Really solid time. Zap also outperforming last game. Well, hopefully, assuming no Heartland moment.
And yep.
Yeah. Finishing with a very respectable 33-53. Keeping it close all the way up until the end game. But Tio pulling away in those in 7B.
Yeah. So, I have game 3 coming up. Give the players just a few minutes to rest their hands, rest their brains, focus on what's coming up. I'm gonna grab some water. I will be right back.
Alright. We'll hopefully be getting our match. 5 to 10 minutes, give or take.
Alright. Everyone in chat excited for this game 3? If you're excited for this game 3, can I see a Bergie in chat?
So yeah, game 3, both players have one match under their belts. Winner of this game advances to Grand Finals. Loser of this game faces either Marlon or Temp Felix in Losers Finals tomorrow.
Yeah. And for a game 3 like this, you really have just gotta sort of put the previous games behind you. Doesn't matter what happened. It's all down to this.
Yep. And I mean, %, huh?
Yeah, this has been a thrilling day of matches. And of course, we have still matches tomorrow. I believe tomorrow is going to be losers semis and losers finals. And then Sunday will be grand finals, along with a possible bracket reset if necessary. So.
Yep. This is a double elimination match. So in grand finals, if the winner of this match ends up losing grand finals, we get a bracket reset. And so we have another best of 3 match. And whoever wins that best of 3 match takes the tournament.
Yep. See the bracket on screen here. Let's see what these players have done to get here. Tio defeated Ebre in the first round, and then Vertil, and then Iraqi. Zap defeated Thalent, Crab, and Vapo. So,
wait,
yeah, I mean,
wait, what?
What?
Wait, Zap defeated who?
Thalent, Crab, and Vapo to get here.
Are we looking at the same bracket? Uh-oh.
I'm looking at the one that is on screen currently. I do not know what bracket you're looking at.
I'm seeing that Zap defeated Tempo, Marlon, and Vapo.
You know what? I am just unable to read. That is
okay. All right.
I just because I saw the like at the top of the bracket, I saw Tio, like Tio's all along the top, so I just sort of assumed Zap was all along the bottom.
Ah, I see.
Huh?
Yeah, no, that's not quite where second seed is placed.
It is not.
In the middle. But yeah.
Yeah,
Zap,
I'm just, my excuse will be I'm used to like college basketball, March Madness. There, the 2 is actually at the bottom.
yeah.
But this challenge has it formatted slightly different. Anyway.
Zapply beat Marlin in round 2, so there's a chance that we see that matchup again in losers finals if Tio takes this game and Marlin beats out Tem Felix.
Yep. Or it could be in grand finals if Zap wins this, and then Marlin makes his way up into grand finals. So.
Yep. We might have a revenge match on our hands too. That's exciting.
Yeah, and Marlin is a player who has really improved a ton over the course of this tournament. He came into this tournament like basically having not played the game in a while, which is why he's seeded 10th, despite being a very, very good player, and has one of the better times of this field now.
Yep.
And in fact, the loser semis, which we're going to see tomorrow, is actually a rematch. Marlin and Tem Felix played in the first round.
Yeah, Tem Felix getting knocked out by Marlin in first round, and then making a run for it in losers bracket, beating plenty of very solid players, and making his way up to loser semis.
Yeah, I mean, back-to-back wins against Dan, Hike, and Racky is nothing to scoff at for Marlin. Definitely has been a great losers bracket run for him. And Tem Felix has as well. I mean, beat Tempo, Nikki, Vertil, Vapo. I mean, those are all incredible players. So just has not given up at all, despite losing that first round game. Has just battled through and made it all the way to losers semis. And we'll see tomorrow which one of them can keep their losers bracket run going.
Yeah. Did many players make PBs during this tournament? The answer to that is definitely yes. I believe. Oh boy, am I gonna have to go through the list of everyone who's PB'd? Like half the players have PB'd.
Vertil had a really big one, if I'm remembering correctly, by a lot.
Yeah, Vertil has improved PB by 45 seconds. Marlin's PB has dropped. Wait, 33 flat? Excuse me, since when? Huh? Wow. Okay. Impressive for Marlin. Apparently has a 33 flat. And there have also been plenty of other players whose PB has dropped. Yeah, Sleepy Dan mentioning PB dropped by almost a minute since the start of the tournament. Valiant had some PBs during tournament runs. We've seen some great PBs here.
Anyway, it looks like the players are just about to be ready here. Both have their file names put in, UT Jet 6, and off we go.
Alright, back to prologue. Haven't seen a prologue death today, and we definitely won't see one.
Why do you do this?
I have full faith in these runners. Look, I can curse Tio and Zapply all I want, and they won't fall for it because they're just simply too good at the game. See?
Unfortunate, no 27 prologues. I wonder what the best prologue anyone's gotten in this tourney is.
I I'm not sure.
I
It would
imagine there's
probably
been
be
some
over
pretty
28.
low 28. Yeah, like 28-1 or something maybe.
Yeah, I would be surprised if anyone's 27 during this tournament. I would be very surprised. No, by no means an easy feat.
Yeah. Now, if we had like Isaac in this tournament, then maybe it would be different. Because I swear he gets the 27 per log like once every 3 runs. Like it's absurd.
I don't ask me how.
Anyway, both players getting the cassette here in 1A.
What were the winning times from the last 2 races? Tio took last game with, I think, a
33-12.
Yeah, 33-12. And the first game, I think, was taken by Zapply with, I think, like a 34, like, 10 or something? I'm not sure.
I don't remember. It was too long ago.
It was a low 34.
That would involve remembering something that happened more than 10 minutes ago, so it's gonna be a struggle.
Back into 1B. We've seen Zapply basically dominate this chapter each time it's been played. Is this third time going to be any different? The answer is maybe it will.
Both players playing pretty clean so far. Oh, as I say that...
Why? Why did you say something?
So for the third match in a row, Zap has taken a small lead in 1B.
Yep. That being said, well, I would say we all know how this story plays out, but we don't know how this story plays out. That's the point.
Yep. It's played out both ways so far. Zap was a very good 1B, 130 flat.
Yeah, that's really solid.
And TO about 10 seconds behind.
Small lead. We enter 2A. Grande Ultra. No problem. And then heading into ZYW cycle. We've seen both players miss this. Oh, we see Zap not go for it. Never mind.
He did that last run as well, actually.
Deciding to play it safe after missing it once. I can respect it.
Meanwhile, Tio does get it.
A little bit of time caught up there. But still about a 7-second difference. To be once again.
Yep. No issue so far for either player.
Honestly, I'm not sure why you said that, because
Oh no.
you were tempting fate.
Both players died like simultaneously in their respective rooms there.
It's a little funny to watch.
Still very solid 2B times. This is going to be a low 1-3x for Zap with a death. It's very good.
Yeah, wow. I mean, without that, it would have been a 1-2x, which is incredibly solid.
Yep, and basically the same for TO. Both players having basically the same 2B there.
Oh.
So we have yet another match where in this early game, Zap is hanging on to a lead.
But not by much.
Yep. Coming into 3A here. Worth noting, of course, that these players, of course, both have very good any percent times as well. Tio with the 26, Zap with a very, very low 27. On these A sides, they will have very good strats. Meanwhile, Zap taking a couple deaths here at the start of this room.
That plus a bit of awkward movement in the winged volume is giving Tio the couple seconds he needs to catch up. And they're in the same screen.
Very true, Sev. I have definitely not cast a spell to make this match end in a frame tie. Yeah, with that death by Zap, these players are essentially tied. Yeah, it's a good thing the comms don't have face cams here. You would see all my occult magic paraphernalia in the background.
I know, right? You look behind me and there's just like a demon just rising up in the background.
I'm imagining like a big like pentagram on your wall or something.
Yeah, so I think I gave away a little bit of something that might be vaguely important to me to this demon in exchange for making sure that this is a flame tie. So, hope there's no lineage on that promise there.
That would be rather unfortunate. Anyway, still a very slight lead for Tio coming out of towels. We'll be coming into 3B here shortly. We'll see if last match Tio pulled out a very good 3B. Would have been sub 2 if it wasn't for like one death, if I remember correctly. So
yeah, we'll see how this one goes. So about 3 seconds of difference between these two entering 3B. We get a quick resync. And into the chapter we go. I will say nothing and let the 155 happen.
155. Oh, Tio misses the dash crystal there. Not a huge deal. But
Still 155 ball.
155. Hello, Jax. Thank you for the raid of 18 players. 18 viewers.
Hi, welcome. You came at a good time. We're about to have two sub 2 2Bs by both of these runners.
2Bs.
I mean, sub 2 3Bs. We did have two sub 2 2Bs.
Meanwhile, Tio gets the fast strat. Last room of library.
Nice.
Yeah, if you're just getting here, we are on match 3 of winners finals. Both players took one match. Zap winning the first, Tio winning the second. Both of them quite close.
Yeah.
And here we are in the final match. Tio with a slight lead. And yeah, this is a very good review by Tio.
Oh, okay. All it took was me not commentating. I'm happy to do that.
158. And Zap also is like low 200x here.
Okay. Sure.
203 by Zap. I mean, what a showing in these 3Bs.
Wow. Okay then. Not 155, but more than good enough. And with that, we head into the 4A cassette room.
Yeah. The 4B has been a bit of a struggle spot for Tio in both the first two matches. First match, she had a few unfortunate deaths near the end. In the second match, she died to the long vertical autoscroller and lost some time there. We'll see what happens this time.
Yeah. You never know. And I think we have... Not sure what the lead is looking like heading into 4B, but I think it's close. Ah. No, Zapply heads into menu to least think. Okay, cool.
So the first race was like a 6-second difference simplex. Both players had low 34s. The second race was a little bit farther apart. Tio had a 33-12 or something, and Zap had another low 34.
Yeah, the runners were almost even entering 7B, but Tio pulled ahead in that final chapter. Still though, with 33 times, you can't exactly complain.
Yeah, and that 33-12 is with like 30 seconds of deaths in the last room of 2500. That was world recordable before then. So yeah, I mean, Tio's been pulling out some crazy paces.
Yeah. And speaking of crazy paces, I'm not saying anything. I'm just going to stay completely silent. You all will have to deal with solo... No, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Well, when you say, you're like talking. You're like saying you're going to stay completely silent, and then you're not doing it. You've got to...
Ah, okay, so I just have to, like, not say anything and go silent. Okay, I can do that.
Anyway. Tio does get the Ultra there into that room. Both players taking a death or two to the annoying room, as I called it last match.
Mm-hmm. Getting past this vertical autoscroller, no sweat. Again, not a common death, but a very costly one.
Oh! Okay, that's fine. Tio missed that corner boost at the end, but was able to back it up.
Not able to back up. Not getting enough height off that cloud, though. Has to retry.
Oh, and again. And we are GFA here.
Oh,
All
yeah,
of a sudden.
literally. I assume we see normal coin skip.
Yep. That's what we've seen all day from both these players. No reason to change it up for match 3.
And yeah, going into
Theo
these
goes for the fast
heartlands,
cycle and gets it.
yeah, Zap
Also getting the
misses.
fast cycle.
No, doesn't get dash back on a wave dash and loses a bit of time for Zapply.
Anyway, Tio with a 1.3 second lead. So this is, for all intents and purposes, tied pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, what are the chances that 1.3 seconds actually
Oh.
matters?
Tio,
Oh,
where'd you go?
huh?
All right,
Oh, Tio
back.
teleports? No? Rethinking. Okay. We're back. Yeah, I guess Blue Eye had to refresh stream there, and then that undid all the past times we've had Tio paused.
Zap missing DCB and falling down all the way. That's like the worst way to miss it.
Yeah.
So
Pretty
Tio's going to take a
unfortunate.
decent sized lead now.
I think Zap also took a death in the loom, leading to DCB. So we are going to see about a cassette loom worth of difference here.
Oh, Zap, what are you doing?
Okay, slightly more than one cassette loom worth of difference.
He tried to dash down and accidentally dashed down left, I think.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, about 20-second difference.
But, well, there's still the bulk of the run left to go. So, we'll see how this plays out. 20 seconds, I mean, you can lose that right here for Tio. That wasn't an invitation, please don't. Oh, fist flame. Oh boy. Scaling me a little bit.
Oh, Zap, you gonna have stamina? Oh, that happened
No.
last race too.
Really unfortunate. And this time Zap doesn't have the lead to spare. So Tio's just pulling ahead.
Yep, pillarless attempt for Tio as usual. And gets it. So he is 2 for 3 on pillarless in these matches.
Which is a pretty impressive record. Considering how
not bad.
difficult pillarless is. To be fair, you need that sort of record to be comfy going for the start in the first place, but still.
Missed a coin there, but comes back to get it. Yeah, solid 5B from Tio. It's gonna be like a 216.
Yep. Zap, all struggling with the any percent chapter. Yeah, Zap's 5Bs during these past few races. They've been slight struggle.
Yeah, I mean, you know what they say, any percent can be the hardest part of beanie percent, or Benny percent.
This is true.
Between 3A, between 6B, just because it's an any percent does not mean it's an easy chapter.
Yeah. No way this isn't world record pace for Tio. It's 1840. Then 46.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, there's still a lot left to play. It's too early to start talking about that, I think. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's possible.
Okay. Huh. That little mess up has me wondering if it's possible to have the Kevin be too far to the left that it doesn't go up, but also too far to the right that you can't slip in to hit it to the right again.
No, it is not. That was the
Okay.
farthest right. What you saw from Tio is the farthest right it could be without going up. Because Kevin's move at 4 pixels per frame. So
Yes.
there's only a 4 pixel difference, and if it's on the second to last one with only a 4 pixel gap, it'll get corner corrected. So the farthest right it can be is a full tile away from the wall, and in that case you can fit.
I see.
Deal with the death to that feather.
And now we enter 6B. Zapply taking a couple
Tight
seconds.
bumper cycle. Gets it.
Or no, Zapply not taking a couple seconds. I think that's just a stream please.
No, he was tabbed out, I think.
Oh,
Which is why
okay.
it looked frozen.
Makes sense. We will get a small resync for that though. But this is a pretty hefty lead for Tio.
Yeah, it's about 20 seconds or so, I think. Maybe a little bit more.
Having said that, one does not simply tempt the gods of 6B.
Yep. Both players hitting the fast strat in that bumper room with the wall bounce. Yo, accidentally buffers to jump off the water twice. Does not get his dash back.
Huh. Interesting mistake to make. And yeah, Tio makes it out of falling with a 221, which is really solid. Definitely still a good pace. Zapply taking a couple unfortunate deaths here to demo. Thankful. Oh, and a slightly more unfortunate death not to demo.
Meanwhile, Tio, last room of rock bottom here. About 4 rooms apart, these two players.
Mm-hmm.
314 reprieve entry. So that is 1 Xable with a very good reprieve.
Well, Tio seems to be hitting the very good reprieve. In the meantime, Zap and Coin Limb. Oh! What? What happened? Huh?
I missed it. I was looking at Tio's screen.
I think Zap managed to bump the feather off of the bottom of that spiked ball without dying. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but
I've done that before. That is a very not fun way to die.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
Anyway, Tio in the last room here. Oh no! And he is gonna go for the save and quit cycle on death. Will invalidate his IL run, but gives you a nice consistent cycle. You don't have to worry about like where in the cassette cycle you died.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is world record pace with a very good summit. 23:46 summit entry. You need a 9:05 summit split to world record here.
It's possible. Tough, but possible. Ooh, Zap. Not getting dash back on a jump there, but thankfully doesn't take a death. Oh! Yeah, sadly dashes too early. Hits the bump
This is really
on
unfortunate for Zap.
Choosing to save and quit to get a different cycle? Or...
I'm not sure what he's doing. I think he's just clearing his head for a second. Which
yeah.
Absolutely a respectable thing to do. It can be
this
hard to not tilt, so... Oh no, Zap.
Yeah, this has not been the cleanest 5-6B for Zapley, unfortunately. Is going to be somewhere around 5 minutes. And just keeping your head in the game when something like this does happen is a pretty important skill. As a Celeste runner. Alright, so we're seeing about 2 checkpoints of difference heading into Summit.
Yeah, this is, after that 6B moment by Zap, this is a pretty major lead in Summit for Tio. I wouldn't say quite yet it's insurmountable, but it would require some pretty major mistakes by Tio to allow Zap a window to catch up. And of course, Zap would need to play very well as well.
Yeah, I think that Tio would need to have an equally bad 7B moment as Tio is having. The good news is that the loser of this game isn't knocked out of the tournament. They still get a chance at a best-of-3 winners finals against either Merlin or Temp Felix. And the winner of that game, faces off against the winner of this game in grand finals. We also seem to have some black screen.
Yep, and Zap and chat forfeiting.
Okay, I can respect it. Really. GG.
GG. Great runs by Zap. Unfortunate in that last one, but he played very well throughout this set of matches. And so now we have all eyes on Tio with a 26:37B enter. This is very, very much world record pace. I mean, this could be like 32-2x with a really good 7B. So this is an incredible pace.
Yeah. Just all eyes on Tio here. I mean, you are definitely not quitting out this one having heard the GG call. Well, if Tio knows. And I'm not sure he does. Gets the wall bounce. Tio took a death to that last 7B. This time, completely cool. Oh,
It's fine.
yep. Doesn't take a death. We're still good. Fingers crossed.
I don't even want to say anything. I'm just
Me neither.
enraptured by the gameplay here.
Just don't say anything for fear that whatever you say is gonna hurt the runners. Alright, 1500 meters, this is where you start holding your breath.
Implying I haven't already been holding my breath this whole time.
Well, I haven't. Now I am.
It's the fast cycle there.
Deep breaths. In and out.
I don't think it's possible to hit that cycle without it looking like the closest thing ever.
You know, I know that, but I'm not gonna stop my head from pounding. If you aren't already holding your breath, hold it now. Short death. World record is still alive.
Alright, into 3K we go. This is 3xable with a good 3K.
Buffer the first 11 dashes.
Oh!
Oh,
That's alright. Oh no!
oh no.
Misdirects. Yo!
Oh no.
Please, flag 15!
No. No,
Don't
it's all
do this.
falling apart. Tio getting out of downdraft, but at what cost?
Get the
You've got to play it out. You have to play it out at this point.
I mean,
Like,
yeah,
come on.
This is still. I don't know if it's still world record pace. I think it's still 32 pace at least.
Yeah. Play it out. Just see where it goes from here.
Marlon just dropped a 32.54 Benny percent, by the way.
Wait, what? Wait,
That's
actually?
what I'm getting word from chat.
Huh? Excuse me? Okay. Yeah, this is, unfortunately, I don't think this is world record, but you've got to play it out. Alright, flag one.
Not far off.
I mean, if we see a 32 in a tournament, that will still be incredibly impressive from Tio.
Just for the pause buffer demo. Wait, is this? What's the time here? 32:51.
Oh my gosh! What?
That is world
Yes!
record by a second.
Yes! Yes! Oh my goodness! Oh, I thought it was dead. Oh wow!
Wow. I mean, after
Wow.
that flag 15, I thought that was dead, but yeah, I mean, he just pulled it out, played
Yeah.
basically perfectly for the rest of 3K.
Oh my goodness. Tio, Benny percent world record holder. Bringing the heat.
What a run!
Takes out Zappoli in winners finals. Advances to grand finals. What a run.
What a match!
Oh,
Three
my
incredible
goodness.
races, 2 super close races, and then capping it off with a world record from Tio.
Wow.
What else is there to say?
Wow. I hope all of you are super happy you showed up to watch today's races. This is not the end of the Benny Percent tournament. Tio takes this game, but we have more streams for the Benny Percent tournament. The losers finals and losers semifinals, and then also grand finals. We'll see all of that stuff tomorrow and the day after.
Yep.
So keep your frogs paused.
Yeah, so tomorrow we will have Marlon versus Felix in the losers semifinal, and the winner of that will be playing Zapri in the losers final, which will be a best of 3.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday we'll have grand finals. So tons of incredible Benny percent left to go.
Thank you, Blue Eye, for the intermission text. Thank you. It's much appreciated. Thank you all for coming out.
Yeah, we've had a great day of matches. We've got 2 more incredible days, I'm sure, coming up. So look forward to that. Do not miss it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, just another look at the bracket here. As we said, Zapri will be going down to losers bracket to face in the losers final either Marlon or Felix.
Yeah. I believe tomorrow we have losers semifinals and then also losers finals. So 3 to 4 games, depending on if losers finals goes 2 games to 3. And then on Sunday we've got grand finals. Best of 3 match, possibly a bracket reset. So we could see anywhere from 2 to like 6 games. So
that would be quite something if we had 6 matches. It's possible. All right. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Gonna be raiding Cactus. Raid message will be Celeste, of course.
Of course. Oh no,
Yeah.
raid message will be oh mein Gott, world record. Of course.
Okay, yes, that's way better. That is much better, of course. Oh mein Gott, world record. All right. Have a good one, everyone.
See ya.